Hi, my name is AlexEimes, and this is my NPC project for PNP4. I have a boar here uh, that has a move speed of 4. The rotate timer and the damage interval are both set on initialization at 1.5. I don't exactly know why they keep resetting to random numbers. Its health and max health are both at 5. Health will tick down. Max health will never. This damage bool is just here to check. It's for letting me know if the damage interval is going on. When this is checked, this is counting down. When this hits 0, 1 health is taken away. Now these columns here represent trees. They're tagged tree. And these red dots here represent apples. The pig will wander aimlessly forward, starting out on its rotate timer. When the rotate timer hits 0, it will rotate a random degree on the y-axis. So like this, between 0 and 360 degrees. If it collides with a tree, this counter will start to tick down. When this hits 0, 1 damage is taken. The pig also has these apples around. These trees, if I had more time, would actually be trees. I just wanted to get basic functionality working. I'm no artist. I modeled this pig in Blender. If Blender will load here. Okay, Blender is not loading. But I did model this pig. It's just set. The NPC is actually just a model or just the actual functionality of the controller. The box collider on triggers is if it'll register tags. So the tree is tagged tree, apple is tagged apple. If it runs over an apple and it has less than 5 health, it will pick up the apple and use it to restore health. It does no longer hold apples if so it could, potentially the way it rotates, it could hit all these trees and never collect an apple. I am still working on getting it to go and actually seek out apples. At this time, I don't have that functionality. So I will play and I will switch to the scene view. So it does rotate. As you can see, the timer is ticking down. The bool will check and this will count down. Okay. So what it did here is it picked up an apple and restored some health. Unfortunately, he hit this tree and took more damage. So to make this speed up, I've included these walls as trees, or we would be here for 5-10 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the code. All right. I actually don't need that. So I have its move speed. I don't hard code a lot of variables because it's quite annoying to me to go and change. The void start has nothing in it. Rotate timer is at 1.5. Health, damage bool, max health, damage interval, and then apples. I did basically a conversion of a game object to a float. I did floats because I didn't realize I should do ints because these are whole numbers. It really doesn't matter, at least in my opinion. If I was, I don't know the word for it, If it actually meant I needed to do, I would change it. But that would require me going through some of this. Fixed update handles damage, so damage is not continuous. Movement just works on a translation. It translates with time.delta time and its move speed. Rotate works with a random float value between the range of 0 and 360. So like I said, it rotates randomly on a rot timer. Damage works is if the damage bool is true, then damage interval will count down. If it has an apple, this max health equals health. And then health is -1 if it has 0 apple. And this is also checking. If it's false, don't do anything. And then I have on collision enter. These are just checking for if the bool is true, or if it's checking if the apple, if I collide with an apple, add 1 to apple. And then this is exit. If the health equals 0, it will die, and this adds an apple. I had to add this last minute due to a certain bug that was in damage, and that seemed to fix it. Okay, so now to go to Trello. Here is my Trello card. I have a smooth rotation. That's the last thing I really want to do for this, because right now it just kind of snaps to whatever degree. And that looks horrific, in my opinion. Within the first day, I got movement, rotation, and random rotation working. Within the second and third day, I got apples. Well, I got at first an item, an apple. If it has health missing, restore an apple. Damage intervals, and all of this done over the past week. If I go to my docs, we can pull up my document. So here I have my name, the general attributes. The name of the NPC is a boar. The NPC name in Unity is NPC. This is going over all the variables in the script, value ranges, what it's used for. Environment should be ideally a forest, because it uses trees to attack, so it takes slight damage. Behavior and that sort of thing. Now, I will still be working on this. There's one last thing I do want to try to get working. If I go back to Unity, I have a player here. I wrote a player controller so that if the boar was in range of the player, it would charge. Unfortunately, my script right now will cancel all the code, but it will not run the charge code. I'm trying to figure out why. I've spent the last 2 days on this problem. That I hopefully want to have fixed by Monday. If I can't get it fixed by Monday, then I'm going to scrap it. This has been my PNP4 project.